Welcome into the State of Sports podcast. We got the crew tonight. We got Mr. Stash Cuddy, aka Nick. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. That's a nice Brew Crew hat you got on there. They're looking good coming down the stretch here. We'll get to them later. We will.
I think it might be the third best hat this episode.
I think it might be the third best hat. This Cincinnati Reds hat, fire.
It was a good Cincinnati Reds hat.
Thank you.
Morgan, I can't tell what Morgan's hat is.
One of the greatest basketball
Supersonics.
franchises of all time.
You can see it now.
I can see it now.
Morgan, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. I'm vibing, relaxing. I'm good.
Vibing? Sweet. Well, let's start our intro with last week's question. Nick, you got a couple answers from last week, the folks?
Yes. The question last week was, what is the greatest sports logo of all time? And what were your guys' couple of options? I know we talked about a couple of them before.
I mean,
do you remember any of the ones you chose?
I know I said Cubs and the Packers.
Yeah. I think we brought up the Supersonics.
And then the Kraken is the other one I talked about.
The Kraken.
That was a good one.
They really fucked up their jerseys. Have you seen them? They're
not great. They're not nearly as cool as the logo.
Who did I say?
I think you said the Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, Vancouver.
So
Baltimore Ravens too. Fire logo.
We had a bunch of submissions. We had the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah.
Pretty cool logo.
Very cool with the whale tail.
Yep. Local team, the Maine Mariners.
Woo! Shout out.
Yep. Steven said the Oakland Raiders.
Oh yeah, dude. Steve-O with the nut. Yeah, dude, you can't beat the Raiders logo. I saw that and I was like, fuck yeah, man. He's right.
And, we had this logo, which was also one of my choices too, but we had somebody else confirm my suspicions that it was a great logo.
That must be our other baseball guy, Nick.
Yep. That's our other Nick.
I mean, it's just a great logo though.
Yeah. That's all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Really well put together.
Logos with letters.
What? It's supposed to look like a glove, and it does.
All right.
And this hat is going to look really good when it has a World Series patch on the next edition I buy.
That's
probably not going to.
Why would you say that?
They're still the Brewers, right?
Just being realistic, my man. Just being realistic.
You're being realistic with those picks?
I mean, Council a notorious choker.
I was clearly wrong, and I've admitted I was wrong multiple times on this podcast, and I will not take any more slander.
You'll continue to do so.
Well, we can talk about slander when we can talk about Christian McCaffrey later on, and welcome to fantasy football, Nick.
How's that slander?
I mean, you literally went from Christian McCaffrey's so good at football to fuck fantasy football within 3 texts.
Because he got injured. That's not slanderous.
I mean, that team you drafted is slanderous.
Slander is spoken. Imprints libel.
Libel.
Well.
Yeah. Any other answers?
Those are the ones we got.
All right. Sweet. Thanks for tapping in, guys. Nick will have another question for you at the end of this one. But Morgan's moderating. We got Baron Davis versus Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, Baron Davis, a.k.a. The Beard. Morgan, it's your show.
Well, since he forgot, as always, go follow our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our Twitter page, all of our socials down below in the links. He never remembers, so I had to make up for that real quick.
Probably because his new Cincinnati Reds hat is too fucking tight.
It's actually loose, honestly.
But anyways, we're going to get into it with Gilbert Arenas and Baron Davis. Two not historically great, but historically lovable athletes.
Historically awesome athletes.
Definitely some character flaws and a few.
Oh, well, Gilbert?
But definitely they had some career highlights too.
They did.
Matt has got Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, and the beard. Also has the original beard of Baron Davis, BD. So we'll get into that. I think it's gonna be a good debate.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
I'll go first. I normally don't go first, so I'll start this one off.
About damn time.
Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, all-time legendary player. You ask any kid that grew up in the 90s and 2000s, they know who Gilbert Arenas is. Whether it's because of the gun incident in the locker room or his play on the court, but you know who Gilbert Arenas is. And I think my argument here is going to be Gilbert Arenas in the longevity of time is going to be more remembered than Baron Davis for the stuff he did on the court and what he's doing now off the court. So what people don't know, if you don't know, Gilbert Arenas has his own podcast called the No Chill Podcast. Goes on there. He's very open and he talks about basketball in a very raw way that people may not like to hear. But this man is talented enough and knows the game of basketball enough that LeBron James Jr., his trainer, is Gilbert Arenas. LeBron James trusts his son with Gilbert Arenas to train him. That says a lot, considering he's the second greatest basketball player to ever walk on the planet. And along with that, the man on the court was no slouch. He was a 3-time NBA All-Star, All-NBA second team, 2-time All-NBA third team, most improved player in 03. He dropped 60 on the Lakers with Kobe Bryant on that team. And that was Kobe in his prime back in
07. Guarding him too.
That was in 07.
Yeah.
And Kobe Bryant has some very nice things to say about Gilbert Arenas throughout time. Gilbert Arenas was an absolute assassin on the court that just didn't really get it together after his whole locker room gun incident.
Might have been an assassin off the court too.
He might have been. But there's one interesting fact about Gilbert Arenas that I don't know if you guys know this. There's an NBA rule called the Gilbert Arenas rule. You guys know what it is?
Can't bring guns in a locker room.
Pretty sure that's a normal rule.
I'm pretty sure that's a normal rule. Do you have another guess, Morgan?
No, that was my guess.
Nick, do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
So Gilbert Arenas started his career with the Golden State Warriors as a second-round pick, the first pick of the second round. He became a restricted free agent after the 02-03 season, and which in the 03 season where he won Most Improved Player. He reportedly flipped a coin to decide among several teams what team he was going to sign with. Those teams included the Wizards, Warriors, and Clippers. The Wizards offered him a 6-year, $60 million contract. The Warriors were unable to match that contract because it was over their salary cap. And because Arenas was a second-round pick, they couldn't match to go over the salary cap. Hence now why when you get drafted by a team that in the second round, they can sign you past the salary cap, a.k.a. the Gilbert Arenas rule.
Whoa.
It's a pretty dumb rule, in all honesty.
This is part of my argument of why he's going to be more remembered than Baron Davis, because every once in a while in Sports Center, they're going to be like, well, actually, they could re-sign him due to the Gilbert Arenas rule. So that's just my opening argument. We can leave it there.
Oh, thank God. More like Agent Zero fucking interest. Baron Davis was iconic back then. 6'3", 209 pounds. The beard, the original beard. Morgan loves the new beard better, I think.
Definitely loves James Harden.
Yeah. 2-time All-Star, 2-time stealing champion, 03-04 All-NBA, and the third overall pick in the 1999 draft. One of the coolest, speaking of logos ever, the Charlotte Hornets.
The Hornets, yeah, fire.
First team All Pac-10, Pac-10 Freshman of the Year, Gatorade Player of the Year, and an Olympic gold medalist. So we're talking about America right now, guys.
America.
And he just had a pretty good career. Granted, he was riddled with injuries. Actually, in his freshman year of college at UCLA, tore his ACL. But he was able to bounce back and still have a pretty impressive career.
Ridiculous bounce for a point guard. Stupid bounce.
Like, I mean, some of his most iconic moments are him just legitimately flying through the air.
The dunk on Karolinko with the shirt going up is that's my second all-time favorite poster to Tracy McGrady on Sean Bradley.
He's just the dude. Actually, I have a quote from Steve Kerr, who once called Baron Davis's performance outrageous and stunningly athletic.
Yeah,
and that's from is that 6 rings Kerr now?
Probably something like that. Probably 7,
maybe
8. He's at 8. Did he win 5 and got 3 as a coach?
I think he was he 5 rings Kerr before and then he got them as a coach.
Yeah, so he's got 8. Yeah, he's got 8 total. Decent.
Yeah, so that's high praise from Steve Kerr.
It is.
Because if there's both of these players played for the Warriors for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we all know how much I like the fucking Warriors. But if there's one person in the Warriors' opinion who I would take, it would be Steve Kerr's. Fair. And speaking of Matt's long-standing thing with the Gilbert Arenas rule. There is one thing that Baron Davis will be forever remembered for, until eventually it gets broken, which is very unlikely. Is Baron Davis holds the all-time NBA history record for the longest shot in NBA history at 89 feet.
Wow.
Pretty sick.
Shot in a playoff game with 0.7 seconds left on the clock. To put that into perspective of how long that shot is, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place, pretty good company too. Norman Van Leer, LeBron James, Vince Carter, Herb Williams, and Magic Johnson, all under 85 feet.
Do you have how long the length of a basketball court is?
94.
So pretty much full court.
Full court, 0.7 seconds left.
That's
Fair.
crazy.
What was his final counting stat? Oh, sorry. I don't know if you were done with your opening argument. I apologize.
I'll keep that as my opening argument.
I didn't mean to interject. I do apologize, sir.
It's fine. Once again, that Reds hat just a little too tight.
So I'm gonna lean across the table first. What's his counting stats like? Points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game.
Career average points per game 16.1, assists 7.2, field goal 40.9. Gilbert Arenas beats him in all these categories, but Gilbert Arenas only played 552 games to Baron Davis's 835. So Gilbert Arenas had way less time to fuck up.
Way higher of a peak, though. For real. We want to talk about a peak for Gilbert Arenas. Morgan is going to love this stat I got here. In 2006, prime Kobe Bryant years, there was somebody in the league scoring near Kobe Bryant for a month of basketball.
You want me to stop you now before you bring up Kobe in a negative light?
It's not a negative light. It's not a negative light, I swear.
It's a risky call here.
In the month of December in 2006, I believe, was it 06, 07 Kobe's MVP year?
Yes.
Gilbert Arenas averaged 34.1 points per game in December. That is an absurd amount of points for a month.
That is really good.
Baron Davis doesn't have that peak. He doesn't. That being said, Baron Davis is a dunk on Kirilenko. Pretty good. Gilbert Arenas also holds 2 Washington Wizards records. Most three-pointers made all time and most points in a game. What was that, Morgan?
The illustrious Wizards.
They have a championship.
That's the Bullets.
More than the Supersonics can say. No, they got one too. No,
Granted,
across table.
Gilbert Arenas' peak was higher, but Baron Davis' peak was in the playoffs when the We Believe Warriors upset the 1 seed Mavericks.
Yep.
Baron Davis averaged 25 points per game in that series, and it was the first time a number 8 seed beat a number 1 seed since the NBA changed the first round from 5 games to 7.
Yeah.
And it was also historically the biggest win-loss record ratio. The Mavericks were 25 games better than the Warriors. Warriors 42 and 40 that season. The Mavericks 67 and 15. Baron Davis crushed in that series.
Nice. Let's also talk about Gilbert Arenas, the philanthropist Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas also donated 100 points for every point he scored in a home game during the 06-07 season, which in that season, he averaged 34 points a game in December to local DC area schools.
Oh, so
while the team owner felt so awesome about Gilbert Arenas doing that he matched the contribution for his away games as well. So he did an entire year of donating to local DC schools. What a guy. He also mentored a DC boy who lost a family in a fire at the age of 10. He got him a job as a ball boy for the Wizards.
Pretty cool.
Let's
now did you mean he was donating $100 per point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you know what the total amount of money he donated was? What was that?
We could go look at his points from that season. I don't have it offhand.
It's not important. I actually surprisingly, charity wise, we're kind of jumping around right now, but Baron Davis, did start the it's called the Black Santa Company that helps promote African American figures and stories and stuff like that in the communities. They make some Christmas stuff, shirts, ornaments. So that's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
You were talking earlier about Gilbert Arenas' podcast and Off the Court. Baron Davis has some pretty impressive after basketball accomplishments that I think can stand up to Gilbert Arenas' podcast.
Let's hear. And trading
All right.
LeBron James's son, by the way. That is an
LeBron
accomplishment.
James' son. That's cool. It's probably because he'll keep him in line with those guns.
We're gonna get to Gilbert's guns.
Yeah, we will. He's a member of the Screen Actors Guild, Baron Davis.
Sweet.
He's been in a lot of shit. He's the Cookout, Lincoln Heights, The Forgotten, That's My Boy, The Night Before, Joe Dirt 2. So hold on.
The Cookout, great movie, by the way.
Great movie. And I think after this little fun fact, we could pretty much wrap this debate up because it's going to be over.
Oh boy.
Because Baron Davis appeared on the DVD commentary track of Step Brothers. So this argument's basically done.
Yeah.
You know what? If I wasn't fighting for Gilbert Arenas, I would concede. Hello, Caitlin. Would you like to say something on the podcast? Did you forget I was recording?
Yeah. Hello, I'm sorry.
Hi. Well,
Well,
while we take a momentary break in the
I'm a
action.
doctor.
she's a doctor, folks.
Nice.
Wow, she's just showing off.
Is this like one of those sympathy stories on America's Got Talent? Do you want us to feel good about that or something?
Well, I'm going to pay for that comment when that gets aired on Monday. That being said, if I wasn't fighting for Gilbert Arenas, I would probably have given up after that, appearing on the commentary for Step Brothers. That's really fucking cool. But Gilbert Arenas, we got to bring up the off-court stuff. Have to. Gilbert Arenas in 04 or December, Christmas Eve, 09. It was reported Arenas had been storing unloaded firearms in his locker in the arena and had surrendered them to security. In doing so, Arenas not only violated NBA rules against bringing firearms into an arena, but he also violated DC's ordinance as well. This happened because of an argument on a plane fighting over cards.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Is this a pro for your argument?
Yeah,
Why?
because this guy does not give a fuck about anything. Okay. Let's go down to.
All right.
Okay, so that all happens 09 or December 24th, 09. He gets back onto the court January 6th, 2010. Gilbert Arenas' 28th birthday. This is when the NBA would indefinitely suspend him without pay. During a pregame introduction prior to the 76ers game, he pretended to shoot his teammates with guns with his fingers. David Stern then said the behavior was irreparable and suspended him for the year. And that's why Gilbert Arenas' career essentially ended.
For justifiable reasons.
Justifiable reasons. Dude,
Yeah.
the shit he has in his off-the-court life, he was literally on, where is it here? Friggin', I can't even think of it. The Ballers, like the NBA Wives show, like his girlfriend was on there. And they
The
broke
Real
it up.
Housewives.
Yeah, they've broken up multiple times.
I wonder why.
And the quote was, people say he's a mess. I'm a mess. And you know what? We're each other's messes. Everybody has breakup and makeup moments. It just so happens that ours is in public. You learn to grow.
Yeah, I
This-
mean,
this-
everyone loves a toxic relationship.
This man is absolutely off the fucking rails. And I couldn't love him more for it.
LeBron James trusts his child with him.
Also,
Leaves me with more questions than answers.
cool alert about Gilbert Arenas. On January 5th, 07, he threw a 25th birthday party, which he called the Arena Express. The party was reported to cost $1 million and was hosted by hip-hop mogul Diddy, with many attended by celebrities and drew national media attention. He also has in here that he's an avid Halo player. Pretty cool. And he was on the cover of NBA Live, which I don't think Baron Davis can say, but he was on the cover of NBA Street Volume 3, which is a way better game. So
Way better.
already got there.
Way better game.
And then let's go down to my favorite Gilbert Arenas stat of all time. Are you guys ready for this one?
Yes.
Arenas admitted he ran 60 red lights in 4 months and got away with it by keeping dealer plates on his vehicle.
Does this have anything to do with his basketball career?
No.
Like,
This is why I'm saying, though, all this shit that he's a wild boy has
Now-
this podcast where he goes on other people's podcasts and says real truthful shit. He goes on people's IGs and keeps it real with people. This is why he's going to be remembered longer in the long run more than Baron Davis was. Will be.
I got a question. Has Gilbert ever gone broke?
No.
That seems kind of crazy with just how wild his life is.
Well,
good.
yeah.
Seems like he would be paying a lot of fines.
Fines, yeah.
I have a question that I actually didn't look up the answer to, but I was hoping you did. But it's basketball related. It's not about whatever episode of Cops you're talking about. Did Gilbert Arenas ever make the playoffs?
Yeah.
How many times?
I know of one time with the Wizards. He made it a couple times, but in 05, he won the first playoff series versus the Bulls, and that's how he got the nickname Agent Zero. Also, they both have all-time celebrations, whether it's Gilbert's turning around, ball going in, game winner, or Baron Davis lifting the shirt up.
Yeah.
Those are celebrations I still do to this day.
I mean, Baron Davis, he's like, his career was so like, it was almost great.
Yeah.
He made the playoffs so many times. He led the Warriors to their first playoff appearance since 1994 when he was there. And he made it past the first round a couple times, always lost in the second, but the players he was losing to were crazy.
Yeah.
Like he lost to Ray Allen of the Bucks, lost to Jason Kidd of the Nets, Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, and you were speaking earlier of how Kobe Bryant had a lot of good things to say about Gilbert Arenas over the years.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, Matt, your
Go.
boy, once stated after the playoff series against Baron Davis that Baron Davis was the toughest defensive, toughest matchup that he had ever faced in his career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or here's the exact quote: "Is the most difficult defensive assignment of my career." That speaks volumes coming from Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I agree. I concur with you. We're talking about people that, we lost in the playoffs. Gilbert Arenas lost to the second greatest basketball player of all time multiple times in the playoffs, and LeBron James. Nothing you can do about that. That's just a buzzsaw.
I mean, what are you going to do about that?
Nothing. GOAT, king.
I mean, you run into Steph Curry, he beats him, but
yeah, that's true.
So my thing with Baron Davis is just one, the Golden State Warriors unis back when he was playing with them were
so cool.
Some of the coolest jerseys in the NBA.
Plus, dude, they had such a crazy backcourt with him and Jason Richardson.
Yeah, and I love Jay Rich.
Awesome.
Guys, I love him.
Really quick, I want to harp on this series versus LeBron in 06. In that series, Gilbert Arenas was not the reason that the Washington Wizards lost. He averaged 34 points a game, 5.3 assists, 5.5 boards, 46.4% from 2, 43.5 from 3, 77.1 at the line. That's ridiculous splits in a playoff series.
And
59.7% total shooting percentage, plus 34 points in games 3 through 6. This is obviously, we all know Gilbert Arenas kept getting hurt as well.
Yeah, I mean, with both of these players, the injuries really took a toll. I mean, when he was with the Clippers, Baron Davis really started to go downhill. But within that season, even though he was riddled with injuries and basically just being held together by fucking strings and wire at that point, he still managed that season to have 2 20-assist games.
Pretty impressive.
It's pretty awesome that late in his career, but he had a lot of problems with that organization. Plus, he was dealing with Donald Sterling.
Oh, Donald?
So, yikes.
Donald?
Nick mentioned earlier, Baron Davis led the league in steals
twice. Led leagues twice.
So Baron Davis is 2-time. Just so Nick doesn't forget it this time.
He's a 2-time.
Did Gilbert ever lead the league in scoring?
I do not believe he did, no.
I actually was looking up things and don't believe Gilbert Arenas ever led the league in anything.
Gilbert Arenas has 29 career 40-point games. which is a good amount, 128 30-point games. And his window was short, obviously, but his fire burned very, very bright. Well, let's just talk about this. How many all NBA teams does Baron Davis have?
1.
Gilbert Arenas has 3. And out of those 3 teams, 1 was second team and 2 were 3 teams. So he's a 2-time third team guard.
Well, Baron Davis was the MVP in his high school's championship.
Oh,
and he was selected to play in the McDonald's All-American High School game.
Nichols and
Gatorade Player of the Year that year.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
I think.
I got nothing else.
After high school, man, he was so sought after. Kansas, Georgia Tech, Duke, and UCLA were all pursuing him
Morgan,
at the time when he entered college.
You should literally not pick Nick for saying that he brought up Duke and a player didn't go to Duke. I think that's an automatic loss for Nick.
Is it? Because
the fact that they wanted him.
But he didn't go there, Morgan. He betrayed you.
He wouldn't have played.
What do you mean?
We had Chris Duhon.
Duhon was trash.
I just think, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap my argument up, because I mean, after the Step Brothers, I'm pretty sure I was just fucking cruising anyway.
I literally don't know why we kept arguing.
Yeah, there was no reason, but I think overall, Gilbert Arenas, yeah, he maybe remembered longevity. You informed us both of the Gilbert Arenas rule. I didn't know that, so you're definitely gonna hear his name a lot. But Baron Davis to me is just so like iconic. Like him just flying through the air and stuff like that. Plus later on in his career and stuff like that, he was chosen to be in the Uncle Drew commercials. And
sure,
he's just a fucking badass looking dude. Those jerseys, he was on 2 teams, the Charlotte Hornets and the Golden State Warriors, in the time where they had the greatest jerseys they've ever had. He just is like an iconic dude. That image of him flying through the air is cooler than anything Gilbert Arenas has ever done.
Strongly disagree. Gilbert Arenas' game winner where he turns around, doesn't watch the ball go in because he knows it's going in, is just as fucking cool. And first off, Gilbert Arenas, hey, I didn't interrupt you when you were going.
Baron Davis's game winner is the longest NBA shot in history.
Cool. It's not more iconic. We didn't even fucking know about it until you told us.
It is a literal NBA record.
I didn't know about the Gilbert Arenas rule either. So
we're talking about iconic right now. You didn't know about his game winner. We're talking about 2 different things right now. Gilbert Arenas, like I said, when he was at his peak, he was at his peak. He was one of the best scorers in the league, in a league that contained Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James. Like, he was batting LeBron James in the playoffs. First off, Gilbert Arenas actually made a Wizards jersey look fucking cool for the first time, and since they were the fucking Bullets with Chris Webber, people are actually wearing Gilbert Arenas jerseys. And we want to talk about iconic and remembrance. Dude, Baron Davis isn't even like, he's a one-time All-NBA player. Gilbert Arenas played way less games and way less seasons, and is still 3 times the NBA All-NBA player that he is.
Okay, like you're going to say that Gilbert Arenas had a higher peak, than Baron Davis ever did. Yet Gilbert Arenas never led the league in anything.
It's hard to lead the league.
So he's halfway. So he's at the tippity top of the mountain. Wasn't even halfway up.
It's hard to lead the league in scoring when Kobe Bryant's at his peak.
Could have led the league in something else.
He was a scorer.
Well, I mean, you guys are kind of circling the same points now. We got anything new and added to this?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I just think overall Baron Davis is just a fucking cooler dude.
I think Gilbert Arenas tells it how it is. Cooler.
Is Gilbert Arenas in the room with a gun telling you to say this?
Well, I think I've heard enough. I should have called it a couple rounds ago. I mean, the moment Matt started harping on Gilbert Arenas and gun charges being a positive thing in his career, I don't think that's the right way to swing that.
I thought it was great.
It's a thing. It's something. And I mean, I think Baron Davis having the steals, being a point guard, that's kind of what your job is to not really score, but more distribute and steal the ball. I got to go with Baron Davis on this one.
All right.
Sick.
Well played, Nick. Good job. Give the cap to you, sir. You did a great job. Good argument. we're gonna dip off into the weekly wrap up. Let's talk about this ridiculous first pitch. Conor McGregor's first pitch. What the fuck was that?
Dude, I was talking about it the other day with you guys. It infuriates me when I see grown adults throw first pitches like that. I don't understand how you are physically unable to just get the ball that way. It makes no sense to me.
Oh, I can tell you perfect sense what he was doing.
Trying to get a highlight?
Correct. Connor loves a highlight, good or bad. He does not care. He's one of those guys who is any press is good press.
He came out and said that first pitch to him was devastating.
Well, I mean, it wasn't good, but it's probably still good enough to play for the Cubs. So
that might be the worst first pitch I've ever seen.
It's not worse than 50s.
I think it was worse than 50s.
All right, so here's the thing.
50s was horrible.
Let's overanalyze these two first pitches. Analyze. So they're both lefties, and McGregor's goes way right. So he held on to the ball way too fucking long.
Way too long.
And 50's ball went way to the left, so he let go over the ball way too early.
Yeah.
What do you think is worse?
Oh, way too early. Because at least McGregor throwing the ball, it shows he can throw the ball.
Did it?
Not to anybody. What the fuck does that matter?
I would rather throw it long than short every time.
Morgan is a Conor McGregor stan. I think Conor had the worst first pitch.
I think it's
in your so 50 stance. Shut the fuck up.
You know what? I like both of them, and Conor McGregor's was worse.
No, it was not.
Eat it, Morgan. Salvi Perez, now the catcher with the most homers in a season. The most
for the major league lead too.
Underappreciated player of the year. We've been talking about him quite a bit recently.
100%. He's not underappreciated on this podcast.
He's not. No, we're a pro Salvi podcast.
He's having a fucking killer season.
Yeah, he's leading the league in RBIs. Like
it's almost like after the home run derby, he's like, I'm gonna fucking show these dudes.
And still nobody cares.
It's crazy. Well, you're going up against a cultural icon right now, so it's
true.
It's tough to have an impressive season next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Vladimir.
But he's the only reason at all. Like if it weren't for Salvi, like the Royals would be in the negatives.
Oh my God, they'd be so much worse. Like they've only won what? Maybe I think it's like 65 games, and he's leading the league in like 3 categories.
Yeah, he would not be great.
Willing that team to just
mediocrity.
Yeah.
100%. Let's keep there the AL Central. The White Sox clinch the division. They'll be in the playoffs, and the Rays also clinch a playoff spot. We got that AL wild card boiling down here. It's coming down to the last few games. Nick, Sunday night after the Pats game, are we
I think it's a very real possibility. I think
that is a real possibility.
I'm gonna take a wild take here. And I think that the Yankees are not going to make the wild card. I think it's going to be the Red Sox and the Blue Jays.
Well, could be.
Because the Red Sox are on fucking fire right now.
Oh, the Red Sox are on fire. The Yankees are up 6-0 in the second.
Doesn't matter. They're on fire right now. They've won like 6 games in a row.
Thanks to Kyle Schwarber.
Thanks to those yellow jerseys.
Oh, those things are hideous.
I think all the City Connect jerseys are ugly.
The Giants ones I like, but outside of that, they're all
the Giants ones where it looks like they're in the clouds or whatever the fuck that is.
I like the Giants ones, but the rest I can do without.
Yeah, I mean the Red Sox were shredding right now. They're definitely like getting hot at the right time. Speaking of hot though, to jump to another topic, the Cardinals. Going into it, they were 12. As of today, 13.
I owe you an apology. I said your St. Louis Cardinals pick was absolute dog shit. I apologize.
And my Atlanta and my Philly pick.
I'm not apologizing. I still think it's dog shit. Fuck the Cardinals.
Well, that's not biased or anything.
No, totally not. Listen, I've said many times I'm very biased when it comes to my teams.
And what is that? 12 wins in a row, now 13. The longest win streak since like 1982.
And they may get their 14th. tonight. They're playing a doubleheader versus the Cubs. So
The Cubs are great. They got a chance.
Cubs are a team.
Yeah, they play baseball, I've heard.
They play baseball.
They swing a bat and throw a ball, sometimes like Connor.
Oh, man. Yeah, definitely like Connor.
Little worse than Connor.
Ouch.
Chris Bassett makes his first start since taking the line drive to the head. Tip of the cap to you, sir. Congratulations for stepping back out there. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yep. That's
It's good that he's back though. Dude,
It
speaking
is.
of getting hit in the head, did you see the umpire take that throw to the noggin?
I did not.
Oh my god, dude. I forget the teams that were playing offhand, which is unprofessional of me. But
You got to come prepared to this podcast if you're going to bring
hit
something up.
hit to
Come on.
shortstop, dude. Threw it to first, wide left, and just hit the umpire square in the temple. Like,
Just since we're talking about why left, did you guys hear like the Connor throw paired with the Wild Thing call? Just
yeah,
Yeah.
so funny.
That's
That is the-
classic.
perfect call for that pitch.
Oh
Yeah, it
for
is.
sure.
Yeah,
We
I mean,
were.
I don't-
Oh, sorry, Nick.
I was gonna say that umpire. That was a
Yikes.
rough hit.
We were going to do football next, but I want to bring up this topic. I know Morty's going to get emotional about it. The most overrated college athlete of all time, JJ Redick, has announced his retirement.
He's so overrated.
That's unreal. Shut the fuck up.
Does he even have a championship?
No.
No, but he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, without a doubt.
He is not.
Why? What about him makes him a first ballot Hall of Famer?
He owns like all the Duke records for shooting and free throw percentage and all
Nobody
that.
cares.
In the NBA,
The Basketball Hall of Fame includes college.
I know, but still, he's done nothing.
He will be lucky to get into the Hall of Fame before he deceases.
That is outrageous.
That is
He
not
would be in the
outrageous.
Hall-
He has zero fucking accolades in
All-Star.
the NBA.
He's
Zero.
a role player. He's a
He's been-
glorified
He's been to
role
NBA
player.
Finals.
He's a glorified role player, dude. He will not make the NBA Hall of Fame.
Yes, he will.
Not a
And
chance.
There's no way he does. Not a chance. In almost 1,000 games, he has 12,000 points.
If we're still doing this podcast and I'm not dead and JJ Redick makes it to the Hall of Fame, then I'll give you your credit. Because that's literally, it's never going to fucking happen.
There's no way.
Okay, sure. Yeah. No, it's fine.
Not a chance. And that being said, you want to say anything nice to JJ? I know he's listening.
I mean, I love JJ. He's
Look at Morgan. He's smiling like a little schoolboy right now. Bring up JJ Redick. He's just like, I can't
I
help
mean,
it.
he's probably one of the main reasons I'm a Duke stan, diehard, whatever you want to call it. Watching him at Duke was just some of the best years I've ever watched basketball. I love that dude. He just the gangsterness he went out there at Duke with. Just he was a straight savage.
You can never, ever, ever in a million years put JJ Redick and the word gangsterness in a sentence together.
His nickname is fucking Bubs. Like, he's a gangster.
He's awesome though. I love him. It sucks his Achilles is pretty much shot. That's what the only reason he's retiring. But
It's probably better now.
Oh,
I'll miss him. I'll miss that great number 4.
Good riddance.
see ya.
The second best number 4 ever.
Oh my God. Ben Simmons holding out for the 76ers. They trade him before the season starts.
The fact Ben Simmons is even holding out when he is not a good basketball player.
The fact that that dude thinks he's in the driver's seat, like,
He's a good basketball player.
figure out your jump shot. I can shoot better than him.
He 100% has a jump shot, but he literally just does not want to play for Philly. He's going to get traded to another team and he's going to start pulling up threes from like right inside half court and making them. People are going to be like, what the fuck? I don't know if you guys noticed this, but none of these athletes want to play in Philadelphia. Your city's fucking garbage. Your fans stink. Like, you had one Super Bowl run with a fucking backup quarterback who can't even, like, he can barely hold on to a fucking job now. And
still
in the words of Bill Burr, your fucking hero is a fictional character.
Rocky is not fictional. It's real to me.
Rocky Marciano.
Real to me.
All these players, I'm just saying, all these players, and especially in the NBA, Fultz, Simmons, they have these mental blocks. But the second they get out of town, Fultz was playing good in Orlando until he friggin' popped his knee. Like his jumper is like fine, like he's fine. He's a fine basketball player. Should he have been the number 1 pick in the draft? Obviously not. But
And
like,
he's gonna go on and be fine.
Yeah, Ben Simmons is gonna be. Oh, he's an All NBA defensive player, and he's a friggin' 6'11" point guard. He's going to be okay. And you want to know what? Whatever team he goes to, just fucking put him at center. He can guard centers. He's tall enough. Like, what are we doing? Like,
He'll be fine. I just
The
think
cra-
after the season and shit, I just think it's a weird move for him.
the craziest part about this all is Daryl Morey's holding on for like this king's fucking ransom. You're not gonna get it. Like everyone's like Daryl Morey, he's not afraid to be uncomfortable. Yo, this man James Harden showed up for 8 games with a beer belly, and you guys got nervous enough to fucking trade him to Brooklyn for fucking nothing. He's a fucking dude. Daryl Morey might be one of the most overrated GMs of all time. Actually, no, I take that back. He is the most overrated GM of all time.
There you have it.
What do you think? Why are you shaking your head over there, Morgan? Do you disagree?
No. I mean, maybe, but
Well-
I don't know.
One time Morgan agrees with me, he takes it back. It's ridiculous. Do you want to do UFC next or do you want to do NFL?
I need a quick break. Can we get a quick pause?
What do you need a quick pause for?
Check your phone, shithead.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Uno momento, por favor, folks. We will be returning in uno momento. Uno momento. We're back. Nick has some breaking MLB news.
Back on the air, fuckface. Yeah. Actually, yeah, MLB breaking news. Cedric Mullins is the first player in Orioles history with a 30 home run, 30 stolen bases season.
Good for Cedric.
30 club. That's
Nice.
Way to go.
that's no
Way to
peep.
go, Cedric Mullins. Give me a round of applause for Cedric Mullins.
He's still on the Orioles.
Morgan, UFC or football first?
We'll
Obscure-
finish with the UFC. I like.
No, let's do an obscure sports.
All right. Well,
quarterly
you can't even
first.
say the words. We're going.
I said it for right the second time.
Ruled.
God damn. Go ahead, Morgan.
So yeah, I mean, we're recording this Friday night. So before the fights, decent card coming up. 2 title fights. Shevchenko and Volkanovski just defending their titles. We got Lauren Murphy and Brian Ortega. Latina Shevchenko is gonna mop the floor with Lauren Murphy. She's the defending champion, and nobody beats her. And as for the Volkanovski fight, I don't really know what to make of that fight. Ortega's a strong up and comer, but Volkanovski's really good. So it should be 2 good fights. And then we have Nick Diaz returning.
Nice.
Everybody loves Diaz. The Diazes are crazy. Pay attention, because if Nick Diaz wins, he's fighting Conor next. Calling it right now.
Think so?
I think Nick Diaz and Conor McGregor is a very logical fight next for the UFC.
Pay-per-view event.
That's a very easy win for Connor.
Is it? Because if Nick
Yes.
Diaz looks good, we'll see.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
But I mean, even if you think about it that way, it's a good comeback, get back fight for Conor if he wins, and Nick Diaz is a big name they can throw out there. So
I agree.
It's still a win-win for the UFC.
It's called a get right fight. You know what I mean?
A get right fight.
But he's fighting against Robbie Lawler, so that's
Nice.
going to be a tough fight for him.
Tough road ahead.
Yeah, but
Well, good. Glad he's back. Welcome back,
it's going
sir.
to be a good card
Yep.
Yeah. When is that tomorrow?
Yes.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Let's talk about Nick's love for fantasy football next. Christian McCaffrey goes down last night in a Panthers win, but it's a costly win.
It was, and I mean, we're not going to talk about fantasy too much, but yeah, I took the hit with him, and I was pissed because he's basically my fucking team. But I made a lot of moves that day, and I ended up picking up the Panthers special team and defense too.
Nice.
And Cooks on the Texans actually scored me some points, so it wasn't a complete bust.
So really quick, do you have Christian McCaffrey's backup?
No.
Do you know who does have him?
I don't have him. Matt, do you have him?
I
Matt
do
has.
have Chuba. Jamal Hubbard.
Always got to get your handcuff.
Nick, hit my line. We can talk trade if you're trying to get some. See what that's like. You know what I mean?
That's why you always got to draft a handcuff for your starter.
Always, always, always. And if you can't draft one for your starter, you take somebody else's handcuff. Ding, ding, ding.
That's why I have Tony Pollard on my team.
This guy. Thank you, Ken Sawyer, for that life advice growing up playing fantasy football. Best life advice ever. I know.
Well,
welcome to the show.
I'm taking you to the cleaners, so.
You think so?
Yeah, we got no.
I mean, I'm the only unbeaten, so.
Morgan and I this week,
still
big fantasy football matchup. It'll be a fun one, yeah.
No. Easy.
Probably. Let's move on to a new story that came out today. ESPN is going to get a Monday night wildcard game. What do we think about that?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I think the teams that get it have a disadvantage because it's less time to prepare for the next game.
Not only that, I don't want to have to watch a Monday night game after work and then have to work the next day. I want football to be done over the weekend so I can know what's going on for the next weekend.
This come playoff time?
Yes.
Yeah, that's weird for a Monday.
Let me guess, they're going to put the Monday night game on Nickelodeon too.
Hey, don't you dare disrespect the slime zone. Don't you dare.
One of the stupidest things.
It's the best broadcast in NFL. 100%. Dude, the field goal post is a picture of SpongeBob. Are you kidding me?
It is pretty cool. Speaking of though, have you seen those like mixed reality things they're doing with like the Panthers and the Ravens, like the animals flying around?
It's crazy.
Those are kind of cool.
That would freak me the fuck out, man.
those are kind of cool. Like, obviously. I wonder, do they see it on the Jumbotron?
I have no idea.
It'd be cool if they could see it on the Jumbotron. But
that's true.
I saw the Panthers one and I thought it looked badass.
Fucking bonkers. So, no week 3 NFL recap, but we will talk about Justin Fields starting his first game for the final topic. Morgan, I know you wish all the failure in the world on this man.
I mean, I hope he does decent enough and just does good enough to make the Bears have hope and think they're going to be all right, and then rip the heart outs right at the end. It'd be great. Love to see it.
What do you think Big Cat would say to that?
That's what Big Cat would say, in all honesty.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't think he's quite ready. I think he's the least ready of any of the rookies this year.
I think Zach Wilson's less ready than him.
But Zach's already had moments. When Fields came in, he just didn't look.
Ran for a touchdown.
Darnold ran for 2 last night. That don't mean a whole lot.
Well, right. Zach Wilson's thrown like 6 picks, dude. Like
Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year, and you threw
threw
how many with Trevor Lawrence? And
my man in franchise is 2-0, and I only have 2 picks with Lawrence. Okay, we are much
fucking easy.
No, I did not. It's on
He
all
put
Madden.
it on rookie. It
is 100% on all Madden. I would not ruin my integrity for that franchise with how hard I went this offseason to get my team better. And first off,
if you guys are Jacksonville Jaguars,
if you guys are interested in watching me play Madden and get super mad at the game on all Madden, follow me on Twitch, MG the Iceman. There you go.
And I played GM, so
he did. He made me sign Devontae Adams. I was like, I don't know.
I mean, you can't go wrong signing Devontae.
He was like, maybe you should. He was like, maybe you should sign the right tackle, and I was like, maybe I should sign the right tackle and Von Miller. And Morgan's like, what the fuck are you doing? Just sign Devontae Adams.
Seriously.
And I signed Devontae Adams, and now we're 2-0, and nobody can stop this fucking offense. So,
GM
Trevor Lawrence MVP.
Give me the award.
I don't have anything else. You guys got anything else?
Next question.
Next question. Yeah, I always forget.
You know,
kind of
after this debate, I was gonna go. Now that I've got 6 wins under my belt on this show, I was gonna go Jordan 6 versus mine, which is the better 6 championships. I'd be a little biased on that one though. I personally think it's Jordan, but I'm humble.
I'll take the argument for your side.
So instead, the question of the week is going to be, if you could take one athlete and put them into a different sport, who would it be?
Just because I know he played football in high school, I want to see LeBron James play in the NFL.
I think when we see some answers, granted, we're a local show, so I think we're going to get a lot of people saying they don't give a fuck about LeBron James. But I think in people's heart of hearts, we would all really like to see that.
Or another NBA player making the transition over to football. Greg Olson said this a long time ago, and I believe it to be 100% true. He goes, if you give me Russell Westbrook and you give me a year to train him, I will make him the best free safety in NFL history. And I kind of believe it. That dude would fly around a field with literally zero fucking abandon for his body. It would be incredible TV.
I think this is actually a tough question.
I think so too. I mean,
I've got a few. I mean,
hit it. Come on.
Antonio Gates played collegiate basketball. I think he would be some. And then the other ones I'd really like to see is Brady being in the baseball, which he was drafted for, and Russell Wilson playing baseball, which he was drafted for.
I was also going to say Brady in baseball.
Yeah.
I
would want to see these quarterbacks that get drafted for baseball actually go, like even Kyler Murray.
Another quarterback that got drafted for baseball, Michael Vick for the Rockies pitcher. Can you imagine that dude on the mound, lefty? What kind of shit he would have?
105.
105.
I mean, from when we were younger, but before his professional career, I would like to have seen how an Allen Iverson football career panned out.
He was supposed to go to Notre Dame and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of options. I can't think of them right now, but let us know what you think.
Yeah. Thank you guys for stopping by as well. We appreciate all the support we get. Again, please go follow the socials. By the way, big round of applause to our listeners. We got over 20 subscribers on YouTube.
Hey, good job.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it very much. Yeah, next milestone. They're just looking up at us. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. You're going to keep subbing. All right, that's all I got. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody else?
Nope.
Come
Go
back next
Pack,
week.
go. I ain't letting you steal it from me.
Home of your 6-time debate champion, Stash Cuddy. We're going for 7.
Matt, can we just vote to not let Nick win anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, that's horseshit.
Hey, would you like to form an alliance with me?
Absolutely, I do.
Good. Really quick.
I'm just gonna start dishing out ties.
We were streaming last night on Twitch playing some Warzone. Me and Morgan, we were playing with Murph and B-Mart. And a topic came up that I think I would like to have a panel of multiple people on our podcast for the first time.
A panel?
To talk about it. It's not a debate.
Can't handle that. What are you doing to me?
But I want to talk about it. What three-peat for Jordan is more impressive? The first one or the second one? That's an episode we're going to have soon. I want a panel of like a couple of basketball heads on here that like necessarily don't know each other. Maybe I can we'll get Murph back on here. I want to get I think Alex Graves said he wanted to come on. I want to get him
Paul
on.
Robbins.
Yeah, and we can get Paul too. That'd be a good like group of like 6 of us just to like all talk and kind of all just like go all in to see
around, kind of
mess around and like go championship by championship.
For the 6 of
That's true.
Free championship.
So yeah, actually we should make people put resumes in for it. Why are you qualified to talk about Michael Jordan?
You gotta apply.
You gotta apply.
Send in your application.
And sub to our channel.
Yeah, send in your applications. It's a giveaway. You have to sub to our YouTube channel. That being said, we promote ourselves enough tonight.
Yeah.
For the man with the hair, for the beard, for the mustache, we're out of here.
So, yeah.
Knock, take us on out.